Hi, I'm Karl Konrad. For 22 years, Australian Immigration Law Services has been helping people get their visas to live, work and study in Australia. Our videos are about visa requirements, tips, lesser-known regulations, and sharing critical updates, such as changes to immigration law. If you need more help, we also offer charged consultations over Zoom, Skype, or the telephone. This means that no matter where you are in the world, we are able to help you. After you graduate from an education course in Australia, you may be eligible for the Graduate 485 visa. There are certain requirements on your study that you need to fulfill before you are eligible for this visa, so it's good to be prepared and understand the criteria you must meet. You otherwise run the risk of finishing a course and being ineligible, and course fees for international students tend to be very expensive. There are two ways in which you might be eligible. These are called the graduate work stream and the post-study work stream. You are usually only able to apply for the 485 visa once in your lifetime as the primary applicant, but the Immigration Department has recently released updated regulations that allow those who study in regional areas to apply for a second 485 visa. This can extend the stay on the 48 visa by up to 2 years, and we'll do a separate video on this later. For this video, we'll be focusing today on the first 485 visa. There are some requirements that all graduate visa applicants have to fulfill, regardless of if they are applying for the post-study work stream or the graduate work stream. One of the main ones are that you must lodge your application for the graduate visa within 6 months of your course completion. Now, there's no rush as long as you are holding a valid visa. Do be careful though, the 6-month limit starts from the date listed on your course completion letter, not the date of your last exam or when you left school. Another major one is that all applicants need to meet what is called the Australian study requirement. Briefly, this means that you need to study for 2 academic years in no less than 16 calendar months to fulfill this requirement. For more detail on the Australian study requirement, watch our video about it, and we'll leave a link in the description below. Now let's have a look at the different requirements for the 2 streams under the 485 visa. The post-study work stream is for international students in Australia who have completed the Australian study requirement for a course or courses that are at bachelor degree, master's degree or PhD level. This stream does not require you to nominate any particular occupation, and it does not require any skill assessment. Unfortunately, you cannot use graduate diplomas or graduate certificates to meet the requirements of this stream. When granted, the visa will last for 2 to 4 years depending upon the level of course you have completed, and can be extended further for 1 to 2 years if you meet all the requirements of studying in regional areas. Subscribe to our video on that coming soon. The graduate visa allows you to do whatever you like in Australia. It gives you permission to work full-time and study if you choose to do so. Or you can just sit on the beach and enjoy yourself. During these 2 years, you can work towards meeting the requirements of other visas, such as gaining work experience for your skill assessment, or finding an employer to sponsor you for the 482 visa, gaining state sponsorship nomination, or perhaps you'll meet someone special and then apply for a partner visa. It can also be simply to gain valuable work experience in Australia, which will look great on your resume. The graduate work stream is generally for those who fulfill the Australian study requirement through completing trade certificate or diploma level courses. Unlike the post-study work stream, you are required to nominate an occupation from the medium to long-term demand list, and you'll find a link to that list in the description below. You will also need to obtain a positive skill assessment in that nominated occupation as well, but the skill assessment can be for the easier versions for the 485 visa purpose only. To understand more on what a skill assessments are, watch out for our future video on this topic. When granted, the graduate work stream visa only lasts for 18 months, however. During this time, of course, you are free to work full-time, study or just travel around Australia. Unfortunately, there is no ability to extend this visa through a second application regardless of whether you have studied in regional areas. Another important component for this stream is that if you are combining courses together to meet the Australian study requirement, then both courses or even the single course you have studied must be closely related to the occupation you are nominating. Now, this is important because the Immigration Department's policy of what closely related means is not very broad in its interpretation. When applying for the Graduate 485 visa, it is vital you choose the correct stream. Once you submit and pay for the application fee, you are unable to change the stream. If you have chosen the wrong stream and you do not meet the requirements of that stream, your application will be refused. There are also numerous other requirements that are very specific, so do be careful you understand documentation that needs to be provided when lodging this application. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, various concessions are provided for the 485 visa regarding where you may be located to lodge and with regards to the Australian study requirement. But be very careful, these concessions will not last forever, and the government will inevitably announce the closure sometime in the near future. To learn more about these concessions, check out our video on it, and the link to the video is in the description below. This is a great visa for you to get out there and enjoy Australia, sit on the beach, travel across the states, get a job, or whatever you feel like doing. If you need some help in the process, of course, we are here to assist anytime, but in the meantime, keep watching these videos to keep up to date with what's happening in visas in Australia. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a video. And as always, take care out there, and I will see you next time. So bye for now.